coalition, which actually it's not a party, it's a coalition because you bring in the NAK Kenya, the Chama Chap Chap and all that stuff. Then we have on the other side NASA, and then now we are going to have independent candidates. And independent candidates are going actually to be the most dangerous factions of this. Oh yeah, and the other smaller parties too, who have no allegiance to the others. So these are going to be people who, two scenarios are going to happen. They're going to be MPs for hire, depending on who is going to give them bids when it comes to voting, who is going to give them money to vote. That is the reality of Kenyan politics. And then there is also another faction which we actually hope they are going to protect the interest of Kenyans and they'll vote with their conscience.
All right.
Yeah.
Martin, I'd like to hear your thoughts about this third force that's going to be in parliament that's now the independent candidates.
I think it's good for the country. And we are now getting the genuine liberation of this country because we are likely to end up with not less than 60 independents. If you have 60 independents, then you also have quite a number of people coming from the so-called small parties who are neither Jubilee nor NASA. That gives you close to 100. Now, if you have these 100 people, of course, as he has said, some of them will be up there for hire. But you know, you cannot buy a politician. You can only rent a politician for a particular period. So to serve a particular purpose, then they are all, their deal with you ends when that deal is over. So
they move on to the next paycheck.
Depending on what interests are at stake. But you see, it's also good for the country because if one is able to mobilize that group, then you have a block that can very easily build into propelling somebody into taking power. So that group will be very critical, and because most of them feel both sides have no business with them. And it also tells you that if we had a serious third candidate, not these I'll quote my friend's stuff
Martin,
of WhatsApp.
you like saying that?
No.
Oh, he was a serious candidate.
No, he is not. But you see, he should have been leading this force. You know, naturally, because it tells you that there is a vacuum here. And when you even listen to the Kenyans out there, and you see that might manifest itself even in the polling at the presidential level.
Okay.
That is one thing people are not looking at. Because there are so many people who are not happy with the way Jubilee has performed. Even in the Jubilee strongholds, quite a number of people, because the economy has not been very well run. But they also see NASA is not the alternative. Because it's just about sloganeering, they are not offering an alternative platform and all that, you know. So the people who don't belong to NASA and who don't belong to Jubilee, they are now coming together, and that will be the serious third force. So if one is able to galvanize that support and rally them, then I think that person will be the kingmaker, and you will also determine so many things, because they will not pass any legislation, critical legislation, without talking to